Hey girls and guys and girls, thanks for coming here to my channel. Thanks for those who have subscribed. I really appreciate it. I am going to give you a word today that is based off of a dream, but also give you the confirmations that I received. And if you're wondering why I have this picture up today, it should make some sense to you as I go along in the video, okay? So I found this a few days ago, and obviously if you've read it already, like, it made me giggle. So I was like, the urge to sing "The Lion Sleeps Tonight" is always just a wimmoey, a wimmoey, a wimmoey, a wimmoey, a wimmoey, a wimmoey. Let me just stop because I'll just continue a wee 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 and all of that. So right, I was like, okay, we're going to leave that there. Obviously I said to myself, that's Lion King in it, right? But I wasn't too 100% sure, but I just started laughing. So I was like, okay, no problem. And then this morning, I come across Dana Ray's video, okay, and she was speaking about The Lion King. And I think it's from yesterday that she did that video. I'm not 100% sure. Like, she popped up and I was like, oh, I haven't seen her for ages. Let's go and listen to see if there's any confirmations in this video, because oftentimes that's the only time people really pop up on there, but not every single one of them. It's only if I feel led to go and watch it, right? And I felt led, so I was like, okay, let's go and see what this is about. Obviously it's a part marriage word, but for me it wasn't about a marriage, okay? It spoke to me differently, okay? So that's why this is going to be like, how did that come together, to those who probably wouldn't get it, but I'm going to explain that. So she said in there, she was speaking about, like, obviously when Nala comes back and her and Simba remember who they are, right, sort of thing. She tells him she's going to go back and tell them that he's alive, but Scar had gone back and told them that he was dead, right? And you know, the enemy basically turned around and told them that, you get what I mean? And Scar had, like, messed with him so that he would leave, so that Scar could become king, right? And I was like, okay, Lord, all right. Now, how would you think that that would pertain to the dream that I'm about to tell you, right? So in this dream, this person whose name is Dark, right, copied my style, okay? I'll have a certain thing that I like in decorating and stuff like that, that, you know, just appeals to me, right? But he went blue with it instead, okay? And he was like, look, I've done this, I've done that, showing me all around and everything. But I kind of zoomed in and seen that, you know, parts of it wasn't even painted properly, but that's just my view on things, right? Because I like certain things done a certain way. So obviously I'll pick up on certain things that I think look a bit even for myself, not to, like, criticize just other people, even when I do it myself, because I like to do painting. And after that, he had 3 dogs, and he was like, oh, they've got this fountain thing, and this is how they drink from it. And he was showing these things and everything, and he turned around and goes, this is what happens when you get up and you do it for yourself, instead of those people that sit down and say, oh, peace be still, and all of that, right? And then that was the end of that part of the dream, okay? The rest of it is a little bit foggy, so oh, excuse me, I'm still asking the Lord about that part. So I was like, okay, well, clearly, like, there's some kind of competition, you know, that I wasn't aware of, or something, or like there's some kind of competition in your life as well, because this isn't just for me, okay? Clearly there's some kind of competition in your life with somebody who's trying to compete against you, okay, or copying you in some kind of way, right, or trying to take your place, just like how Scar, right, literally deceived Simba, right, and made him think that it would be better for him to run, okay, than to go back home, because they're going to say that he killed his father, right, so that he could take his place, okay, is just how people will try to treat you. Like, it's better that you either just go the other way, or if you go back, it's not going to work out, or, you know, something that's going to make you feel bad about what the Lord has told you, okay? I put on my community post the other day about, you know, some people will try to push you into counterfeit situations, and they won't understand your calling, they won't understand what God has said to you, you know, and feel like, you know, you're stuck or you're not doing anything with yourself. They'll talk down about you, whatever it may be, okay? You'll have people who will do that, because in this, it was like that's what it was trying to do, was make me feel bad for not having as much as they have, okay? So I was like, okay, right. So that spoke to me in that way. And then obviously with seeing this picture, I was like, okay, Lord, I hear what you're saying. Obviously that word, if you want to go and watch it, it's more of a marriage word, but for me it didn't hit like that. Okay, that's why I say sometimes a word can be about a specific thing, but it could be just little words that I said that could be a confirmation to a dream that you've had, or something that, you know, will click into what you've been thinking, what the Lord's been placing on your heart, you know. And that's why he sends his children out, so that, you know, when he speaks to you in the private place, in the secret place, when they speak, he will give you the nuggets that you need, okay, those little golden nuggets that you need, so that you can understand that that's exactly what he's speaking about, and you just received the confirmation of, you know, it was actually God who was telling you these things, okay. So I was like, okay, Lord, I know personally in my life from 2020, I have heard peace be still, okay? There's certain things that I cannot do right now, okay? No matter how much I want to, there's certain things I've not been called to do right now, okay? I could have 101 talents, okay? I could have 101 talents. If the Lord doesn't tell me to move on all of them, I will not move on all of them. If he says one of them and leave the 100, okay? Or two of them and leave the 99, okay? Whichever way, right? If he says do that, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to do things that are outside of the timing of God, because I don't want to mess anything up. And you should feel the same way, okay? Because oftentimes when we take it into our own hands, it doesn't work out, okay? Or it will work out for a short period of time and then it will fail. Or if you keep on putting your hands to something and it just keeps on failing, that means that it wasn't time for you to do that. Do you get what I mean? So why push yourself into a counterfeit situation that is only going to make you feel like you took one step forward and 20,000 back, okay? Because oftentimes that's what it can feel like, okay? It's like with like going and doing the most when I was working the 3 jobs, right? And all along, all he was saying to me was focus on the house, okay? Focus on the house. Right now, I want you to be in the house, painting, decorating, getting this done, getting that done, changing this and doing that, right? And I was partially disobedient, even though I wanted to do it. I was too busy, right? And sometimes our busyness, right, is a distraction, okay? This is what you have to understand. Sometimes our business is a distraction. Not because you have this or you've accomplished that doesn't mean it's a bad thing, right? But sometimes it's not particularly a great thing, because right now that's not what he wants you to focus on. So you have to be sensitive to the voice of God and what he is actually speaking to you at this time, okay? If he says don't tell anybody about what he said, you don't tell anybody. If he says that, you know, you're not supposed to be around certain people, don't be around certain people. That's the type of things that you need to know that you have relationship with him about, okay? Me personally, I don't really care like how far a person's got, okay? I'll congratulate them if they've just passed something. I'm like, oh my gosh, congratulations, etc., etc. You know, I'm that person, okay? I was gonna say I'm that guy because that's normally what I say, but I'm not a guy, I'm a woman, right? So it's one of those things where I know that I want to progress and in the things that I'm doing, but I'm not going to force myself to fit in to anybody's criteria of what they think that I'm supposed to be, and neither should you, okay? If there's anybody who's trying to like put you down about where you currently are in life, you are exactly where God needs you to be, okay? At least you should be. At least you should be. Your life is going exactly the way that it needs to go right now, okay? As his word says, the first will be the last and the last will be the first. Don't rush, okay? Do not rush. Oftentimes, right, those who labor now, right, are laboring on your behalf. By the time they are finished, they've done the hard work for you, okay? That's even in his word somewhere, and I can't even remember what verse that is, but we can go there, all right? They will labor. They will be the ones that do the labor, and you will be the one who reaps the benefits of their labor. Don't worry yourself, about anything, okay? And don't sit on that thinking, oh, well, yeah, I don't have to do anything, because that's what it doesn't mean it like that, okay? You have to get into your word and then get an understanding from the Lord what he's saying to you at this time, right? Don't rush into anything. I don't care if that person comes with a wad of money saying we have a business plan, gotta do this and we're gonna do that, etc, etc, etc. You pray on that, okay? You pray to God on that situation. Am I supposed to get into business with this person? Lord, if this is not for me, then you will delay it. You will not make it happen. That's what I say, you know, about every single situation that people come up to me about, okay? Like I was just propositioned, sit down. I was just propositioned just the other day, right? And although it's a very good thing that I've been asked to do, I'm still sitting and speaking to the Lord about whether this is a person I need to partner with, and if this is the way that I need to go, the road that I need to take, etc, etc, right? Because first and foremost, he's the one who knows what is ahead, not me, okay? Because he goes before us. So you must remember that everything isn't God, okay? It can be good, but it's not, everything's not God, right? But that doesn't mean that he won't use other people who are not saved. You know, he loves all of us, and he can use anybody, right? He can use anybody to bless you. Don't get that twisted, but you must take it back to the Lord, okay? In The Lion King, obviously, Simba was young, okay? He had just witnessed something traumatic, okay? That could be your case too. You could have witnessed something traumatic. You could have just been through something traumatic. You could have just had your awakening to what's truly happening in, you know, the world and God, and waking up to who you truly are, and you don't know which way to go, and you feel lost and you feel like just running, okay? That happened to me. I felt like running. I was going to run away, right? To where? I didn't know, but I just felt like I needed to go because I had no one, okay? That's what it felt like. I felt like I had no family, nobody at all, okay? In that dark time in my life. And that's when God came, okay? That's when Jesus found me, right? And came and made everything make more sense to me, okay? And why things haven't been the way that they should be, and the things that I was doing wrong at the time, okay? And if you are currently going through that and the Lord is stripping you of who you used to be, it's going to be scary. It's going to be something that you're going to try and run away from. It's going to be something that you're going to try and fight, okay? Because you're not going to understand it straight away, and that's fine. That is bound to happen. But first and foremost, please just take it to the Lord and speak to him so that he can be the one who can guide you through it, all right? As I said, Simba ran off. He didn't know how to fight back. He couldn't fight Scar anyway, even if he tried. He was too young. So he had to go into the wilderness, right, and grow. He had to grow, okay? He had to become a man. You have to become a woman. You have to become a man, okay? You have to grow in Christ so that you can be strong enough so that you can defeat the enemy, okay? So you can go back and defeat the enemy. And yes, the enemy uses people, okay, in many forms. And these people will make you feel small, okay? They will try to make you feel small. But if you know how to be unbothered like Jesus, honey, you'll understand none of that doesn't even bother you at all, okay? Because you just know. You just know, okay? Sorry, I'll have to phone you back. Hopefully she doesn't phone me back in 2 seconds. But literally, you would just know, right? It would be a thing where it's not gonna stop calling me. Sorry, guys. Give me a second. All right, guys, I'm back. So I had to phone back because it was emergency reasons. So let me remember where I was now. So yeah, basically, like, the enemy will try to make you feel small, okay? But you have to remember what the Lord has spoken to you personally, okay? If he has said do not go, then do not go. If he has said do not do it, then do not do it, okay? You have to have relationship with the Lord in order to know what he is currently speaking to you, okay? As the verse goes, I can't remember what, it's when Jesus is in the boat, okay, or in the ship, right? And there's a storm, there's a huge storm, right? And the crewmen are worried and wondering like how about this storm, if they're going to survive this storm. And they go to him and say, basically, I'm paraphrasing, what can we do about this? There's a huge storm. Like, Jesus goes out and he says, peace, be still, okay? So in this sense, right, obviously a lot of things in life can happen, okay? We will face storms, okay? We will face things that are not so great. We will have times when we don't feel comfortable, okay? Because if you imagine being in an actual storm, you're not going to feel comfortable in that situation because it's uncertain what is going to happen next, right? In this, they had to place their trust in Jesus. What did they do? They went straight to Jesus. In the middle of the storm, they went straight to Jesus and said, help us, okay? Help us. And the Lord delivered, okay? He said, peace, be still. So even when you are being forced into something, right? Do the same thing. Go to Jesus, okay? Speak to the Lord and allow him to give you the peace that far outweighs all understanding or surpasses all understanding, whichever Bible you decide to look that up in and however it's said, okay? But a lot of times I think it surpasses all understanding, okay? Allow him to give you the peace, okay? And he will calm that storm. I got told, peace, be still, when I wanted to do the most, okay? That's what the Lord said to me. Peace, be still. Calm that storm on the inside of you, okay? That stuff that is bubbling up, right? That you just want to get out, and you want to do this, and you just want to get this far in life, and you want to do it. It's not to be saying that you shouldn't be ambitious, okay? And want to do things. It's not saying that, because the Lord knows what he has placed inside of you. Okay, he knows your desires, he knows your talents, he knows the things that you want to accomplish. God already knows, okay, because he put it there. That's what you need to understand. But you need to have this knowledge that it's not right now. If he says it's not right now, okay, it's not right now. And trust me, he will send you the signs in order for you to know when it is time, okay? Do not allow for anybody to push you out of position, okay? From the Lion King, Scar pushed Simba out of position because he was next in line for the throne, okay? Do not allow the enemy to come in and push you out of your position to take over your throne, because it will have to be a fight, and then it shall surely be a fight to the death, okay? Because the enemy comes to do what? Steal, kill, and destroy. In this, my idea was being stolen, okay? Something that I like to do. Listen to this dog. Anyway, I don't know if you heard her or not, but she's doing a lot of snoring. But do not allow for the enemy to steal your ideas, okay? And make them for their own, and then turn around and then say, oh, you're not doing good enough, but yet they've stolen your ideas, okay? Because they don't have the capacity to do something unique to who they actually are for themselves, okay? Don't allow for anybody to make you feel small about where you currently are. Don't allow for anybody to push you out of your position to try and steal your crown and take your throne, okay? God has you in the place you need to be. Don't allow anyone to make you feel small for where you are, okay? Don't allow anyone to push you into any storms, right, that you don't need to experience. Catch that spiritually. Don't allow the enemy to push you into any storms that you do not need to experience. Okay? When this was happening with Jesus and the crewmen, right? The disciples who were, I can't remember who they were exactly, right? Go and read your Bible. But when this was happening, Jesus was asleep. Okay? He had no worries about it. It was like, oh, storm outside. Okay. Loads of things happening. Okay. Because he had a peace that surpassed all understanding. And he had to share that with all of those other people. That is what he gives us. Okay. Bask in his peace right now. Don't allow them to take your peace. Okay. It's very, very valuable. Some people do not have it. Okay. And if you have been given the beautiful gift of his peace, do not allow for them to come and steal it from you. Every day you should be asking the Lord to fill you up with his peace, okay? Every morning you wake up, you should be asking him to fill you with his peace. Sometimes you may forget, but then when it's like things start to bubble up in the morning, because sometimes, the enemy will try you first thing in the morning, okay? You have to remind yourself, whose child am I? I am a child of God, and he has given me a peace that surpasses all understanding. Okay, that means mine, yours, everybody's understanding. You will never fully understand God's peace, but when you have it, you know that you have it. Okay, do not allow for the enemy to take that away from you. Do not allow for the enemy to come in and steal your ideas. If you feel like you need to stay shum on some stuff, then be quiet. Okay, because not everybody is rooting for you. All right, you should know this by now. Not everybody is rooting for you. Not everybody wants to see you succeed. They will act like they do, but in actuality they just want to know what your next move is so that they can one up you. Okay, and make it seem like they're better than you because of where you currently are, not knowing that you are in the right place. Okay, you are exactly where you need to be. If they got to do all of that work, that's on them. If the Lord says you don't have to do all that work, don't feel bad about it, okay? You're in his peace for a reason, okay? If he says that you don't have to go and do all that hard work right now, count yourself, no, I don't like to say lucky, so count yourself blessed, okay? That you don't have to do all of that work. It's being done for you. Because remember, he goes before us and he is doing major things in the background that we are currently not seeing. Okay, it is not what it looks like. Okay, same with what happened with Simba and how his dad died. Simba saw it as it was his fault why his dad died. In actuality, it was his uncle Scar who killed his dad. It is not what it looks like. Okay, the enemy is a deceiver. He will make it look desolate when in actuality there is more, and you have to seek God on that because he knows what he is doing behind the fog. Okay, he shall clear everything out of the way and make everything crystal clear to you in due time. Do not rush yourself because people tell you you should be at a certain level. They are not you. They do not hear God the way that you do when he speaks to you for your personal situation. Okay, some people will be having dreams about you, okay, because the Lord will show them certain things about you and what he will do. And then if they have a cold, filthy heart, they may go on to listen to the enemy and try to destroy what the Lord has said he's going to do in your life. Okay, there's those types of people too. So stay prayed up, keep on seeking the Lord, keep on praying to him even when it feels like you cannot hear him. Okay, you keep on praying to him because trust me, if he doesn't speak audibly, if he doesn't speak through dreams or visions, there is always signs and wonders. Okay, he will speak, trust me. Okay, things will happen, supernatural things will happen that you know full well that you or anybody else You wouldn't be able to accomplish such a thing. It could be nothing but God, okay? That's what you're going to end up turning around and saying to these people. How did you get there? What happened? What did you do? Nothing but God. Because trust me, I did not see a way. But guess what? God makes a way where there seems to be no way. He will make the way. He will provide you with everything that you need. Nothing but God. Keep your faith in him, okay? Because he is an awesome God, a loving God, a just God, a righteous God, and so much more. You put your trust in him, he will never fail you, okay? And he will never leave you or forsake you. The Bible again, right? So with that, I believe I've done what I needed to do. I don't think I've missed anything out, have I? Oh, also on my community post, I posted jelly bee on there. There's a word on there. It says that you have a exceptional, is it an exceptional spirit? Can't remember what it's titled, but if you feel led, watch her video, okay? There may be some confirmation in there for somebody who's listening to this right now. I know I got confirmation from it, especially when I started giggling after I had that dream. Saw that video, and she says, you know, basically, you know, the work's been done, but you can see the imperfections kind of thing. And I was like, yeah, in that dream, like the paint job wasn't no, it wasn't doing it. Okay, I was like, okay, that's cool, I'm glad you've got it done, but there's that part there looks a bit, and over there, you know, like you know, back in the days when I used to believe in horoscopes and stuff like that, I would have turned around and said I'm a little bit of a perfectionist, but now I don't believe in that stuff. So it is what it is, okay? I've just got an exceptional spirit, and he won't allow for me to accept certain things, okay? And that's how you have to see the spirit that's inside of you. Your exceptional spirit will not allow certain things, okay? Will not allow for the enemy to come in and try and mud up, right, the things that God has said he has for you. Don't allow it, okay? You shove him back outside the door. See you later, mate. Get out of here, okay? And that goes for anybody that he tries to bring in that's going to try and make you feel small or treat you badly about anything that you're doing in your life. You don't need those kinds of people in your life, okay? You don't need that kind of negativity. You do not need that kind of negativity. Get them as far away from you as possible, or get yourself away from them, whichever way it works, okay? And yes, it may be a little bit lonely at first, okay? But the right people will find you in the right time. Back to the Lion King again. Who found him? Timon and Pumbaa, okay? And they grew with him. And they did not leave his side even when they was afraid, okay? There are going to be people who are going to find you in the right time. So do not worry about when you feel lonely. Get away from the people who do not mean you good, that just wish to steal from you or put you down, okay? All right, guys, with that, I am going to bid you adieu. I believe that this was packed with Bible verses. You're gonna have to go and look them up, okay? Go and look them up, please. Just go look. If anything, I might put them in the description, okay? But go and look, all right? And pick up your Bible, okay? Or just go to Google, whichever one, okay? Just do that. Make that be homework for you today, okay? Also, I feel led to basically tell someone to go and read Isaiah, okay? I don't know what it may mean for you, but I need to tell someone to go and read Isaiah. I don't know if I'm going to do that in the next word, because I have another one that's based off of a dream, but also he gave me loads of confirmation that that was where he needed me to be. And then I was like, right, now I understand why you needed me to be there, so that you could speak to me, and it will be a message that's to a female, okay? I just have to figure out how he wants me to go about that one, even though like it doesn't really bother me. I just need to program it into my head how I'm going to word it, how I'm going to put it together, etc, etc. But most of these words are impromptu, as you can tell. I don't do any editing here. It's just is what it is, okay? This is real life, and we're not going to pretend like we're not all doing life, okay? So that word should be coming shortly after this word. If I don't get it out today, which is, what's the date today? the 14th of March. If I don't get it out today, it will be tomorrow at some point, right? So we'll go about it then. But whoever that's for, read Isaiah, okay? If you got this far and you catch this message, thank you. You're the real MVP, isn't most valuable person? MVP. You're the real you're the real MVP, okay? Not the VIP. Anyway, let me just go and sort myself out now, okay? Have a great day, afternoon, evening, whatever it may be, wherever you are. Ciao, Bella.